2018 Lincoln Continental Review. The Continental nameplate has many history for Lincoln. At its inception inside the 1930s, it had been intended to emulate the sleeker European design language for the day. While the 2018 Lincoln Continental is usually a far cry in the curvaceous coupe with the Art Deco era, its mission remains very similar, contend with European rivals. Lincoln introduced its new Continental just not too long ago. The result is an undeniably handsome car with expansive rear legroom, an entire suite of optional technology upgrades plus a quiet, comfortable interior. Unfortunately, the Continental straddles an expense range where it's trouble competing. In lower trims, the rather unimpressive standard engine and efficiency of certain standard features have the Continental a rather less appealing value. In higher trims, which may get nearly almost double Continental's base price, at the least from a NAS new MSRP perspective, the Lincoln is priced against some in the best luxury sedans in the marketplace, and just can't match their refinement. In its absolute base trim, the Continental faces pressure from down-market options which might be fully loaded. Cars such as Buick LaCrosse, Kia Cadenza or Toyota Avalon offer similar comfort and quiet although less presence, and a lot more content your money can buy. Other luxury marques avoid this kind of comparison because of their higher starting prices and distinct driving dynamics, though the base Continental is priced similarly and carries a similar powertrain and other alike performance numbers to near luxury full-size sedans. Loaded on top of all the special features, the Continental is priced against heavy hitters such as the Audi A6, BMW 5 Series and Mercedes-Benz E-Class. While receiving the upgraded engine and much more rear seat room while using Continental, all three, with the Germans, offer similar acceleration using their base engines, and the three still offer generous rear passenger space. Moreover, the Continental simply can't match the execution with the Germans' technology, or level of refinement and engagement within their driving experiences. Even the Genesis G90, Hyundai's recent luxury spin-off, is often a more refined luxury car that competes directly with all the Continental with regards to rear passenger space and comfort, while offering more room at the start for the driver. Standing next to the 2018 Continental, it's not hard to see its appeal. It's a car that produces an impression, plus the experience of using and driving the Continental is just one of comfort and authority. The problem is that selecting the Continental, you need to accept that you'll receive a little less for the money than what competitors offer. What's new? Following a year ago's all-new design, the 2018 Lincoln Continental receives only minor changes to feature availability. The reserve trim provides best balance of luxury car experience and price. It comes standard with all the more powerful turbocharged 2.7-litre V6, upgraded front seats plus more standard security measures, and for only a reasonable price premium in the select trim. We'd add the technology package because its useful features make daily life while using Continental more pleasing. Trim levels and features. 3 engines are available for your Continental. The base engine is really a 3.7-litre V6 305 horsepower, 280 lb-ft of torque, which comes standard around the Premier and Select trims. A turbocharged 2.7-litre V6 335 horsepower, 380 lb-ft of torque is optional for the Select and standard about the Reserve and Black Label trims. Both engines are coupled with a 6-speed automatic transmission and will be on either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive configurations. The third engine option is really a turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 400 horsepower, 400 lb-ft of torque that's optional within the Reserve and Black Label trims. To manage this engine's power, Lincoln bundles it, which has a torquey vectoring AWD system. This engine also runs on the 6-speed automatic transmission. Beyond the few 7-litre V6, the Premier trim receives 18-inch alloy wheels, LED daytime running lights and taillights, power folding side mirrors, driver side auto dimming, front and back parking sensors, a rear view camera, automatic headlights, hill start assist, adaptive suspension and steering, and keyless entry. Inside, you obtain dual zone climate control using a rear seat vents, heated 10-way power adjustable driver and passenger seats, simulated leather upholstery, a 6040 split folding rear bench and push-button start. Infotainment duties are handled by Ford's Sync 3 system, which comes with the 8-inch touchscreen interface, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, satellite radio, 2 USB ports, plus a 10-speaker subwoofer. The base Premier also includes Lincoln Connect, that permits you to make use of an app to remotely start your vehicle, lock and unlock it, or locate it via GPS, among other highlights. Moving around, the select trim adds 19-inch wheels, power-operated soft-closed doors, a hands-free trunk lid opener, leather upholstery and rear seat USB ports. Beyond the engine choices, a number of options packages can be found. The Climate package adds automatic high beams, automatic wipers, a windshield wiper deicer, an auto-dimming rear view mirror, heated rear seats along with a heated tire. The Technology package incorporates the auto wipers, windshield wiper deicer and auto-dimming rear view mirror, together with a head-up display as well as a suite of driver aids, a top-down parking camera system, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning and intervention, and forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking. Blind spot monitoring can be a standalone option. Other options include navigation, a 13-speaker Edsel stereo, Lincoln's 30-way power-adjustable perfect position seats, 20-inch wheels plus a panoramic sunroof. The Continental's reserve trim, starting with all the turbocharged 2.7-litre V6, gets blind spot monitoring, the 13-speaker Edsel stereo and navigation standard. It also upgrades to 24-way power-adjustable front seats that happen to be heated and ventilated, 3-zone automatic climate control with separate rear seat controls, as well as a power rear window sunshade. The Climate and Technology packages are available with the Reserve, much like 2 more major packages. The rear seat package adds upgraded outboard rear seating, 4-way power lumbar, reclining, heating and ventilation, rear side window sunshades along with the panoramic sunroof. The Luxury package adds LED headlights, upgrades the stereo to Edel's 19-speaker system and adds a CD player. The sunroof, 30-way power-adjustable front seats and 20-inch wheels can be purchased as standalone options. At the top from the range, and nearly doubling the Premier's starting price, would be the Continental Black Label. This trim comes standard with 20-inch wheels, the panoramic moonroof and their Luxury and Technology packages. It also advantages from unique interior trims that combine bold colors and trims with a lot of extra premium materials draped over many on the interior plastics. The 30-way seats and Technology and Climate packages can be found as upgrades. Buying a Black Label car also provides the buyer use of Lincoln's lifestyle and concierge service. Lincoln will wash your automobile for free, buy it from you for service and book you reservations, and in many cases buy that you dinner, among other services. Black Label Continentals may also be covered by a 4-year 50,000 mile that covers services and wear items. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically will come in multiple versions which are fundamentally similar. The S within this review provide our full test in the 2017 Lincoln Continental Reserve Turbo 3.0 litres V6, 6-speed automatic, AWD. Note, since this test was conducted, the existing Lincoln Continental has gotten only minor revisions. Our findings remain applicable for this year's Lincoln Continental. 60 miles per hour duration of 5.5 seconds is quick, though average with the class. Steering. The steering is well weighted, but doesn't offer feedback, therefore it is hard to tell if the front tires have approached their grip limits. The variable ratio system, while neat the theory is that, lacks consistency. The Continental is really a competent handler, though the steering causes it to become harder to trust. Handling. The Continental is respectably stable and composed during spirited driving. By default, it's rather nose-heavy, which ensures you keep the lid on any true sporting potential. The advanced AWD system that comes while using optional turbo V6 can mitigate that to some extent inside the way it distributes power and puts it down. Drivability. This car is often easy to drive. The variable ratio steering adjusts to become quick and light in parking lots, which some drivers will enjoy. The transmission shifts smoothly with the most part, in case a little slowly, but occasionally shifts having a palpable, disruptive clunk at low speeds. Paddle shifting is not as quick or direct just as rivals. Comfort. Between the highly adjustable seats, adaptive suspension and heated and cooled everything, we still expected more. Seat adjustment is unnecessarily complex, as well as the suspension just isn't as refined as we would like. There's certainly comfort to get at, but with the price competitors offer more. Seat comfort. The optional perfect position front seats are interesting, in any other case overly complex and gimmicky. With some fiddling, you are able to find a comfortable position, along with the seats offer heating, cooling and massage. The rear seats are nicely contoured and possess enough thigh support for tall passengers. Ride comfort. The adaptive suspension offers several modes. While comfort mode does erase larger road imperfections, it is also a bit bouncy and floaty. Sport mode is overly rough and busy when driving over uneven pavement. Similarly priced competitors are often smoother riding and much more refined. Noise and vibration. The Continental is certainly caused by very quiet, both out partying and at highway speeds. But there's more wind noise at high speeds than we expect, and road noise and vibration from uneven pavement, especially at higher speeds, are noticeable from the cabin. The V6 is practically silent during normal driving. Climate control. Our test car had the heated and ventilated front seats, as well as a heated tire, era effective. Dual zone climate's auto mode really has an independently adjustable airflow output, which is usually a nice touch. The rear seating even offers auto climate controls plus strong blowing air vents. Interior. The interior layout is very easy to use, although the controls really are a little complex, as well as the infotainment depends on on-screen buttons. There's lots of room, especially inside the rear, plus the leather upholstery feels upscale, but materials quality is otherwise a tad lacking. Ease of usage. We just like the button layout for your audio and climate controls, as well as the power trunk lid and soft closed doors are nice. But the interior door release buttons are unnatural, along with the steering wheel controls are fiddly and distracting. The exterior door lock touch swipe pad fails very well. Getting in, jetting out. The door openings are sufficiently generous, but step over is really a bit higher and wider compared with some sedans. The long doors might make things tight in smaller parking spaces. Back seat passengers particularly will have difficulty without room enough to swing their doors wide. Driving position. The Continental bucks the reduced seating position popular with many luxury brands in support of a more upright position, which, while comfortable, helps to make the front feel less roomy. The variety of adjustments for both seat and tire mean that most drivers will be able to look for a comfortable position. Roominess. There's lots of space, even though the cabin design definitely makes the front feel just a little tighter compared. The excessive rear legroom and tow room is really a big feature here, rivaling that relating to much larger luxury sedans. Rear headroom is average, and lacking for tall adults, particularly inside center seat. Visibility. Visibility is a useful one all around, that has a clear view from the road ahead, no major obstructions. The sloping rear deck means rear visibility is fairly good. While the side mirrors are somewhat small, the well-integrated and easy-to-see blind spot monitoring warning lights create up for him or her. Quality. Our test car had an MSRP of $72,000. At that price, the abundance of plastics is really a bit of the disappointment, while some are soft touch, textured or have chrome finish. The Continental's leather is a useful one. The bigger building issue may be the uneven fitment of body panels that may be noticeable around the vehicle. Utility. The trunk is sort of low and less space-consuming than average, and even though there really are a lot of clever little cubbies across the cabin, they are most a bit around the small side. Sure, you'll be able to carry 5 people, however, you might not be in a position to fit all of their luggage. Small item storage. A good amount of storage choice is available within the cabin, but aside in the generous center console box, they could be somewhat tight. The cell phone cubby won't hold a phablet, and also the glove box is very small. Still, it is an area many luxury cars lag in somewhat, as well as the Lincoln shows well. Cargo space. The Continental 16.7 cubic foot trunk is often a little for the small side. It's not very tall inside, but compensates for that it has a lot of depth and width. Still, some bulky objects simply won't fit. Lift-over height is pleasantly low. Technology. The Continental uses some of the best with the item's parent company Ford offers. While the infotainment and driver aids are incredibly competitive in Ford's market, they are less so in the car priced against luxury offerings which can be currently pushing the technology envelope. Audio and navigation. The optional stereo can supply excessive volume without distortion, and quality at lower volumes. Community can get harsh when resulted in. The NAF is an easy task to use, and possesses a decent feature set, but feels more primitive than competitors at our tester's price. Smartphone integration. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are included, although sync voice commands are not accessed during either, plus there is no hard button to exchange back to the sync menu system. There are plenty of USB ports for both the front and back, however the front USB location causes it to be messy to connect multiple devices. Driver aids. We appreciate the entire set of driver aids, knowing that the adaptive cruise control works in stop-and-go traffic. However, the autonomous functions aren't nearly advanced as luxury rivals, plus the collision warning sounds unnecessarily early, which is a panic-inducing alarm. Voice control. The sync system makes an admirable work for balance understanding you, and puts prompts on screen as well as offering spoken guidance gets hot account. Not all commands are created clear, though. Temperature may be adjusted by voice, but there is no prompt on the watch screen to tell you that.